Ace Hood was on somebody's show, as he is these days. Shout out to Ace Hood. And he was talking about how he'd been married for as long as he has. And this is a show, we're married people on here, so it just made sense for us to talk about. And apparently he was like, yo, man, I've been married to this woman this whole time. I ain't cheated. You dig what I'm saying? And so many people was like, oh my God, that's so, noteworthy. First and foremost, right? How amazing is that? He's a rapper, a popular rapper at one point in time, like being around all that ass. So I guess my question to you guys is, number one, do y'all believe in him? Just, what I'm saying? Yeah. Can you be so hood and not be hoeing? But anyways, number two, if he's telling the truth, is it a big deal? And if so, why? And should he be upheld as the virtue, the paragon of black men don't cheat? What are y'all thoughts on Ace Hood not fucking other hoes while he's been married?
Oh yeah, the silence is deafening because nobody really cares about Ace Hood and whether or not he's cheating. I think he buried the lead. That's what I think. I think this is a guy trying to other himself and say he's better than everybody else. This is like no different than Will Smith talking about how he had to cussing his raps to sell records or whatever. He's cussing now, I think. Anyway, my point here is Ace Hood is much ado about nothing, except unless he was really talking about what the real conversation is. Unless he's saying, hey, I didn't cheat. First, I will say I listened to the whole interview. Okay. He went on to say that he was trying to get his grown man on, and he felt like as a boy he cheated and he did his thing or whatever. But now that he was married, he was going to take marriage seriously, right? And so whenever he saw some ass in his face, he'd be like, yeah, that's beautiful, right? But I ain't gonna mess up what I got at home. First, hey, yo, that's good, bro. I'm not speaking against that, okay? I'm all for that. Yeah, you did what you're supposed to do. What, you want, a cookie? Right? Right? What you should have been telling these young men, right, while you're patting yourself on the back is, listen, black men, you need to negotiate the terms of your marriage better. That's what you need to do. You need to make sure she understands how you move, right, in spaces, because for some men, that ass shaking in your face, it is cheating, bruh. You already in trouble. You done did it. She want to talk to an attorney. She taking the kids to her mama house. So slow down there, sir. You're doing a disservice, right? Tell these men they need to know. It's all about the negotiation. If you tell her how you move, right, and you get that stuff on the front end, and when you move, you're not cheating. Then you're not sneaking around and you're not doing whatever. You've created a space for yourself. So Ace, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed not because you haven't cheated, but because you haven't given people what they really needed to know. And so I don't know, sir. I don't know. We're not giving you the cookie. I pass. Y'all go ahead.
Jay is not impressed. Apparently nobody else is either.
I was going to say, first of all, he is getting the cookie. He's getting the cookie from his wife, apparently, all the time, which is why he's cool with not cheating. And as you stated, I agree with the whole negotiation if that's the route he wanted to take. But I think that we should celebrate the fact that, and I say celebrate because you said that's what he's supposed to do, but there's so many people who don't do it. And so that's what you're supposed to do, but you got so many people who don't do it. Then why shouldn't he get the cookie? Oh, I forgot. He's still getting it from his wife. And so I think it's a matter of setting standards. And I think this should be actually celebrated. And when I say celebrated for doing the bare minimum or the basic, is because we have too many times where we uphold futures, we uphold Offset in some cases, or how we shit on, or some people shit on Russell Wilson for doing the godly thing because that's what their religion calls it. And so I think that we should actually have examples like this more often in our community to say that, yes, men with access to lots of assets and options, guess what, can say no. That it's okay to be strong. It's okay to say, I have self-discipline. I am disciplined, and to have self-control and move accordingly. Now, if that was his nature, like Charleston White, as an example, he just recently came out and say he cheats all the time. But then I thought about it. Is it really cheating if his wife knows? And if that's what he negotiated because he said he got the money to spend to get the honey, then she knows, then it's not cheating. So I just say, if you want to have open conversations, cool. But I'm still going to give this man props. I'm still going to give him kudos because I think we need more in this community. I think we need more discipline in our community. And I think we should stop normalizing cheating as the end goal, or that all men cheat and so forth. Go ahead and redefine it as negotiation with your wife. Have that conversation with your fiance, your girlfriend, or whatever. And let's get the cheating out, because cheating is nothing but betrayal on both sides.
I mean, if he he managed to avoid partaking when he had unlimited access and unlimited opportunity, and then he is a saint, and we should celebrate him. Because let's be clear, a lot of men don't have the opportunity and don't have the access. So the whole cheating conversation, they're gonna have to get out of that chat room, right? That's not for them. If that is his situation, then that's awesome. But we can't verify any of this. Maybe 20% of me is with Jay is like he may be trying to other himself. Like, hey, I didn't cheat on my wife, and I was on the yacht, and I was on the Luke bus, and look at me, and they were shaking my ass, and I said, "Ma'am, get away from me." Harlots be gone. Okay, and shout out to him, but he's the outlier, and we have to not pretend like he ain't the outlier because most men, if you put them in that situation, they're going. They may not stick their whole hand in the cookie jar. They might stick their elbow in there, but he might stick around and catch a little whiff of the cookies a little bit. So if he resisted, shout out to him. He's a saint and he should write a book and teach us all how to resist all of the video vixens and booty shaking BBL girls because he is stronger than all us, and we need to make sure we leave a better world for him. Shout out to him.